Well, welcome. We're going to talk a little bit today about how we've incorporated coaching, both nutritional and health and wellness coaching, into the clinic. And we have our nutritional coach, Nikki, and I want to call her Christine because her sister's name's Christine. She works with us too. But it's Denise. She's one of our health and wellness coaches, and Amy and Sean are both health and wellness coaches with us. And to give you a little background, our clinic was started by my father, Dr. Otto Pimple, many years ago. And we were basically medical-based obesity medicine specialist. And we treated our patients in a comprehensive medical fashion. And what we have realized over time is that to be really completely comprehensive in our treatment of our patients is we needed to incorporate in the ability to go a little bit more in depth with changes in nutrition and changes in lifestyle and life management that the typical patient-doctor visit doesn't allow time for. That's one of the downsides as a physician is I don't get to spend as much time with my patients that I really would like to. But this is where it's great to have other experts to take up that and allow our patients to have that service. And so let's start out. Let's talk with Nikki about nutrition coaching and what she does for us in the clinic.
So once they have seen you and they come talk to me, I will take the blood panels that you have run for them. I will look to see where the nutritional deficiencies are, whether they have any kind of underlying health issues, and we start building a education program and a meal planning that's basically, bioindividuality is a huge issue. You like to look at every patient as one person, not as something you're trying to fit into a program.
Exactly.
So that's what I do. I try we're working together to tailor everything towards that person. So if they have a thyroid issue, I'm having them steer away from certain foods, or if they have heart condition, we're steering them towards foods that would be beneficial to their heart. And then we're doing this in I'm helping them do this in bite-sized pieces. So it's little small victories that they can do on a weekly, monthly basis that gets them towards their goal. And so that's basically what I do.
Well, that's great. And what I've envisioned in many of our patients as they get into the program and we try to manage the medical part of that, and you can instill in them some changes in the nutrition that are going to be beneficial. I'm excited about being able to go back and look at some of the medical markers and see the changes, not just with their weight, but just their overall health. It's really an exciting thing.
Cool.
Denise, talk to us a little bit about what a wellness and health coach is and what you're going to be doing.
Okay. So when we do begin a health and wellness session, we want you to create a wellness vision. And this vision is going to be a picture of what you want your life to look like in about 5 years. And ultimately, you're going to set small goals to get yourself to this wellness vision. And it's what you said too, Nikki, it's small bite-sized pieces. It's these little goals. You're going to be able to achieve these little goals, and you're going to feel good about it, so you're going to want to achieve another goal and another goal, and eventually you'll get to where you want to be.
Okay. So Amy, Denise mentioned wellness. What does that term mean in the sense of what are you going to coach people to be? What does wellness mean in their life?
Well, that's a loaded question. Wellness means to everyone something different. So for me, wellness might be that I am maintaining a certain weight range, that my blood pressure's in a certain area, that my diabetes is under control. The next person may say wellness is not having stress or panic attacks. So to someone else, it might be confronting their depression. Several years ago, we changed the name of the clinic, right, to from just really Dr. Pimple's office is in the beginning, to Physicians Weight Control, and then we added Physicians Weight Control and Wellness. And it's taken us a while because the weight control aspect of our business has been so huge and so predominant, to incorporate in the pieces that we need to and are into creating the wellness center as well. I felt behavior change in weight loss. We've got the medication, we've got the nutritional counseling. I think there's an element that needs to be explored, and that's what we're doing with behavior change. So wellness coaches will sit down one-to-one with someone, like Denise said, and each session would be completely different, just like yours. And and the person in front of us is making the plan. I don't have an outline where I'm filling in, eat this, don't eat this. They're making the choice to make the decision and the commitment, so that any little small success they get, they can say, I did that. You know, not to please Amy or not to please Denise, the coach, but because I wanted it and I did it. And so we've really researched the amount of time that takes to change a pattern of behavior, and unfortunately, it's not an overnight change.
No.
So we spend time with them. We can do it in person, we can do it on the phone, we can Skype, whatever is most convenient for the patient, but that touch point seems to be pretty important. Not really accountability, but more just stepping stones to get them where they need to go. I was talking to, I think it was my mom the other day, and she had just, I don't know what we were talking about, said so many of the patients, the people at her church who had weight loss surgery and done so well, are now back to that same place where they were before the surgery, which has to be just crushing to them. You know, I think what was missing even in their formula was this commitment to making small changes, finding out why they were eating at a certain time, finding out why they feel a certain way towards, I don't know, certain foods and not others, you know, really becoming self-aware of their behaviors associated with food. And once they get that awareness in their life, then they start to become accountable. And until you have the awareness, you don't really know. It's just an automatic formula that when I'm down or something, maybe somebody makes me feel bad, I'm standing at the pantry saying, where's the Oreos, you know? So
Finding that alternate.
yeah,
Something.
that comfort of some sort. So I think there's a huge need in the weight loss arena where it's not specifically made for people who want to lose weight, the program. It's for anybody who wants to make a behavior change of any kind, large or small.
Yeah, emotions drive our actions very much so, and so I'm excited about this with being able to help people kind of sort through what's causing their emotions, and in turn what's causing those emotions to create these actions. Well, so Sean, when I was a long time ago when I played athletics, my best coaches were the ones that taught me fundamentals, and they insisted that I was good at the fundamentals. So let's talk about the fundamentals that you might use in your approach to a patient or a client who's there to be coached.
Okay, but I mean, there's quite a contrasting difference between sports coaching and lifestyle change or behaviour change coaching. Primarily, we're not instructing, as Amy said, you to do anything. That's not our role. What the whole of the service is about relationships, ultimately. It's about forming a relationship with a partnership relationship with the patient. But it's also about uncovering their relationship with food, their relationship with family, their relationship with media and marketing. Because as Nikki said in one of our previous conversations, or maybe it was you, Chris, we can't turn a corner without being bombarded with eat me signs.
Right.
And that isn't something that we can ignore, because it fits into the lifestyles that we've created of convenience and speed. So it's not about coaching somebody through that change. It's about coaching somebody through utilising their own qualities and attributes to get themselves through that change. And that's where the significant difference is. And I mean, if we look at this collectively, there's, if you like, the entry service that's offered, which is the physician. You're, if you like, you're the E&A room. You don't call it accident and emergency here. What do you call it?
ER.
The ER.
You're the ER. You know, someone comes in and immediately their physical health is dealt with. It's assessed, it's monitored, it's dealt with. Then they're passed over to Nikki, and their nutritional health is looked at and dealt with. Yet, for many people, those services are already out there, but the ability to maintain the physical health and the nutritional advice is what's been missing. So we feel very much that the health and wellness coaching, if you like, is the third leg on that stool, where we're taking somebody that has all of your input, all of your guidance, and we're giving them all of the self-identifying qualities and attributes they need to make those two work in a holistic way.
Yeah, we're gonna give them the best tools available for success
Absolutely.
that they already have in them, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what you're going to bring out. I think that's terrific.
I wonder if I just want to add something in that I was mulling on the way over here. You know, I'm kind of thinking that the health and wellness coaching it has a structure and it has a form and it's there to create a certain outcome. But ultimately, at the end of the day, when all of that's put aside, what we all do collectively is seek the truth, because it's the truth that heals us. And when we adopt that kind of philosophy, what happens is the patients that sit before you, that then come to you and then get coached by you, are all there to seek the truth. The truth is, I'm aware that I'm in this current health state. Can you help me, or are you just somebody else that's going to take my dollar and pass me on or look me over? So the patients that come to us are in search of truth. They get truth from you. This is a lifelong condition. You are going to be dealing with this disease for the rest of your life. Now, the best way to deal with it on a lifelong process is to utilise these two other services we've got. I can help you with the addiction, with the medication and the follow-ups and the constant monitoring of your health. Nikki can help you with what you're putting into your body, what's going to work with the support and the medical intervention that you are offering them, rather than being counterproductive to it. And then they're coming to Denise, and Denise is going to give them the support to use both in a way that is helpful and supportive to them, because they are making those decisions. No one's making anybody do anything. And there's truth in self-responsibility and self-awareness and knowledge and information.
Yeah, it makes sense that while we're treating a lifelong condition, until if they come up with a cure. But
Absolutely.
we'll still have some other issues with it. But we're treating a lifelong condition. So it makes sense to have available to the individual patient a coach who can individualize their nutrition and what's going to work best for their body and their issues,
Yeah.
and a coach who's going to individualize her recommendations on how to bring out the best success from within. And that just to me makes a lot of sense. And I think this is going to be terrific.
Yeah. Well, the truth is, we're all giving back what processed food industry has taken from them, really. That's all we're doing, is trying to reinstate what's been took,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it?
Yeah.
In a really simplistic form.
Yeah. Being told that you need to eat this to be happy, and you really don't.
It's called a Happy Meal.
I've conditioned my 4-year-old when we drive past McDonald's. She was like, "Ew, McDonald's."
I hope we don't get in trouble for that.
Oh, that would probably edit it out. It's funny.
Well, thank you all for coming and explaining what the future of the clinic is going to be, and I'm excited
Can
about
I
it.
just,
Sure.
before you say stop, Denise and I were in another room, and she had mentioned that just this week, a couple of really significant things have happened in the health and wellness coaching arena. Do you want to talk about the one study that you read?
Mhm. So our health and wellness coach sent us an email, and it was in regards to a study they've been following for 2 years. The Massachusetts General Hospital.
Mhm.
There's a doctor there who has partnered with a health and wellness coach and followed obesity patients for 2 years. And I mean, I'd really like to show it to you guys, because I read it last night and I was just like, wow, like, this is amazing that they're sending this to us right when we need it, and it just was eye-opening. But I really feel like this is what we need. This is going to be that thing that is going to make patients realize why it's important to them. It's going to bring out their strengths, and that's their why, that's that aha moment that it just clicks for them. Mm-hmm. So I think that that's why these 200 patients were so successful with the weight loss, maintaining it for 2 years with the health and wellness coach, because it just provides that like you said, that 3-leg stool. It's every aspect of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the other thing that is really significant is that the insurance companies are now recognizing health and wellness coaching with a procedure code and reimbursing for it. So patients who are now able to get reimbursement, and certainly on their medical savings accounts can use health and wellness coaching for that. So it's a kind of a new arena out there, especially in the medical field. I mean, there's been everyone's heard of a life coach, and everyone's heard of maybe a health coach or a wellness coach, and certainly personal trainer and that. But this is a new certification and that's one thing everybody needs to be aware of, that there is a proper way to be certified to be a health and wellness coach, and a national board certification for it now. And doctors have been frustrated, like you have in years past, where they know they need to encourage their patients in ways that takes more time.
Right.
And so doctors are staffing these health and wellness coaches to act as that mediator, that cheerleader. I don't know, it's not the right word, but that go-between that he's not able to do for the patient, and this person's been trained to actually do it in a psychologically sound way for maximum results. So we're all very excited about it, and if you don't come to us for it, I think you should, because we're doing it right, and we're doing it the way it needs to be done. There's lots of choices out there, but make sure you're getting one that has been trained properly and is following the national guidelines.
I mean, from a neurological point of view, the process of health and wellness coaching is opening new neurological pathways on our brain. So through trials and successes, small trials and small successes, as with the nutritional coaching, What that means on a neurological level is a new neurological network that we're forming on the brain, a new way of seeing, experiencing and feeling things in a way that we haven't done before because those neurological pathways aren't there. So it has to be done in a certain manner where it's the patients initiating what they want. It's the patients that are initiating the way they're going to achieve these goals, when they're going to happen, how they're going to happen, because that self-autonomy creates those neural pathways. If we just told them how to do it, nothing's happening.
They don't learn.
Nothing's happening
Right.
up there.
Yeah, that's a
They're not-
universal truth. You learn through experience or
Absolutely.
through your figuring it out yourself.
Yeah.
And otherwise, we try that approach in our end of it too with medicine. If I give them a sheet of paper and say you have to eat this on Tuesday and this on Wednesday, and if they follow it like instructions building a entertainment shelf, they'll probably lose weight. But at the end of that process, they haven't learned anything. They haven't learned how to make food choices or anything. So you're much better off experimenting and experiencing it and learning through your own kind of figuring it out.
Endeavors. Yeah.
It's like that documentary, that we watched in the office the other day about that guy that was eating the protein bars and he lost the weight. Well, when he goes back to eating the way he wants to eat, he gained the weight back.
Absolutely.
So this is that aha moment. I know I keep saying that, but it's so important. It's that thing that clicks in us that you realize why you're doing something, and it's just so powerful. I'm so
It is.
excited.
It is.
Yeah. That aha moment is that first neuron sparking up and saying, there's a choice here. I've got a choice. I'm no longer going to go the old habitual way of eating, of fast food, of convenience. That aha moment is, there's a choice.
I always give when we're going over at the end of any sessions that I do, it's okay, we've talked about this, and this that you feel like you need to change. What ones would you like to choose to fit into your lifestyle this week? So it's about the choices. You have specifically said, I want to work on this. So you own it, and therefore you're more likely to go forth and do it, rather than if I looked at you and said, Denise, you really need to do X, Y, Z, and you're gonna go, okay. And then you're gonna go home and go, she told me I needed to do it, but I don't feel like I do. But if I said, you know what, I chose that one. That's the one I'm going to work on, and that's what people tend to be more successful at.
You're absolutely right. If life was as simple as eat less, do more, there would not be an obesity epidemic.
There would
Simple as that.
Yep.
no books sold, no protein bars.
That's right.
That's right. Well, thank you for coming today. We had a great discussion. I'm looking forward to all the success our patients are going to have with these new programs and them being able to figure it out themselves, right?